Please, I've told you we don't have any. Now you have seen the truth. You still think we're lying? We have nothing to give. Liar! The captain thrusts his sword into the elk. No, Rip! Oh, he's just... Oh, no. Oh, bummer.
Disgraced.
RPG.
Whoa!
Yeah, Feudal Japan RPG. Classic stuff, mate.
Nice,
We're talking
mate.
Sword of Vermilion.
Retro. I knew you was going to say Sword of Vermilion.
Yeah, it looks like a not Mario, like a Mega Drive style RPG. So we're gonna jump in, and I'm playing this one, so it should be good.
Cool,
I hope
mate.
so. I'm
Cool.
RPG'd for a while.
RPG.
Yeah, I'm all about that MMO, not so much the RPPG. So let's go.
Select character.
Disgraced. So, mate.
You were a disgrace.
You're a
You were a
disgrace.
disgrace. You were a disgrace.
So I saw nothing of this pre you playing it until I started to see it on the screen. It kind of gave me the feel of like an old school Zelda original Final Fantasy type RPG vibe. So how was it?
Yeah, it's RPG Maker. You were in feudal Japan, and
Nice.
I totally want to do an accent.
Don't do that,
I won't
mate.
do an accent,
Don't
but you're
do
in
that,
feudal
pal.
Japan. You're drawing naifus and wakazashis all over this motherfucker. The story setting is pretty atypical. It's
Yeah.
pretty atypical RPG stuff. There's a big bad guy who's come to Japan, and he's a bastard. He's a big bastard, and now you're going to uprising all over this bitch. So in RPG fashion, you're going to start from rags to riches. You're going to be
You're the
building-
rebellion.
You're going to be drawn into the rebellion, and then I have no doubt at some point you are the god amongst men who is crushing the souls of all those beneath you as you take it to the big bad at the end of the game.
So you're
That's
like a
what you're doing.
Japanese Katniss, mate.
Yeah, you're overturning this shithouse.
Nice,
Yeah,
cool.
You're gonna come right up to him. So your story is that it's as with any RPG, it's kind of like the story of an adventure.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
like this is going wrong all over the world. Deal with it, bro, and off you go anyway. So don't expect to be like it's not Chrono Trigger. It's not like what?
No.
It's not Final Fantasy. It's pretty standard.
Cool. Okay, so let's just get into the gameplay then. How did you find that? Because you don't play a lot of these titles traditionally, do you?
Which is weird considering MMORPG.
I know,
sort of
right?
Staple, but yeah, I'd loved the RPGs for a long time. This game reminded me very much of an old Mega Drive game that I completed a few times called Sword of Vermilion.
I'm sick of hearing about that game
It's
from
fucking
you
well
of your
good, that
past.
RPG. Fuck
Every
you.
time we bring up a Mega Drive, oh, Sword of a Million. You play Sword of a
Fucking well
Million.
good game. And Moonwalker, mate.
Don't call Moonwalker.
Save them chimps.
Shit.
But yeah, it's got some kinks. There's no controller support, which I found really weird, considering it
What?
seems to be clearly designed to be played with a controller. But I couldn't get it to work. The mouse on the screen moves at like rocket speed. it's so weird. It just moves so goddamn fast all the time, and you can't change the speed without like editing some files.
Nice.
Not only that though, the mouse pointer has a tendency to just disappear.
Really? What, just
It just
not off your screen,
disappears.
just vanishes?
It just flat out disappears. And it just doesn't come back for ages. And sometimes it comes back and sometimes it doesn't. But honestly, none of that really matters. The game is designed to be played with your left hand on the keyboard. You can do absolutely everything with WASD and a spacebar.
Okay.
Which is fine. It's not about like, this isn't like spam the buttons game.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not spam the buttons.
Move and
game.
select.
Yeah, so it's got some of the cool things, like you do get a team, so you got your little squad that you have to build, you have to recruit them.
Nice.
And you'll find them. You can't change the fucking names, man.
That's probably for the best.
No, it's not.
No way,
it's not.
mate.
No, I get it. Sometimes that really works. So Baldur's Gate is something that brought up a lot on stream while we were playing it, where you've got, because those names become then historically tied to
Yes.
the game. So your
Yes.
Irmawins or whatever. But I wanted to change the names, which I consider a tragedy. But it's all about building this proper team. You have a huge amounts of stats and different things that you can level everybody into, from everything from influence and how you affect people around you, to your command skills, to your combat skills. So you are going to be
Oh, so that's got a
outplaying-
nice level of depth then as well.
I would imagine that if you can get through, if you're into this, you're going to actually spend a lot of time maybe even replaying it just to do different builds for the entire
Oh,
game.
that's cool.
Yeah, I imagine so. I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about a few of the things that you can do to actually overall affect things. But you are going to, you're flat out told to, you need to gear people to a specific job.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a tank and a ranged, or do you want to be, and it's set in feudal Japan, so it's samurais and all that, so you have Ronins, Everyone's, you can wield the samurai swords, you can get that classical armor and all that kind of stuff. And they do have a visual aspect to it, which is nice.
Cool.
But you are going to have to build out your like specific team. What I didn't see was anybody being like different personalities, so like chaotic neutral or anything like that.
Oh, okay. You didn't think that level of character.
Yeah, unlikely to see somebody walking off because you recruited a nice guy, shit like that. But you start out, you can have 3 people in your party. You'll get them within the first hour or so, but that will change later on without jumping too far ahead. The combat system in the game is decent enough. If you play Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasies in general, you'll generally get the idea. It's turn-based. You'll assign each person to do a specific thing. You've got combinations of morale points and tactical points, and you're going to use them to like pick different attacks. So, you might get, like, a very vicious combo. That's going to cost you, like, 5 tactical points, so you're not going to be able to, like, spam that back-to-back. And then you've got your standard attacks and all that. You can use potions in combat. You can put up defenses in combat. You can do all the usual shit you'd expect.
So your tactical points are kind of like your mana bar, if you like.
Yeah, they have something. It's blue, and it's called MP, right? But it's not. It's morale points.
it's magic points.
Yeah, it's not, unfortunately. They've called it morale points. But that's just the way they've gone with it. So, yeah, it's just the same thing. But there you go. There's no magic in the game that I saw, though.
Good, mate, because it's realistic.
Yeah, it's realistic. Feudal Japan.
Get it together.
There's no magic in Japan. It's stupid. Big Trouble in Little China lied to me.
Are the dragons, mate?
Well, it was China, obviously. No dragons that I saw.
God.
You're gonna be fighting bandits and obviously the Imperial Army. That's
cool. So it's got that level of like no mystic, no magic.
No, there is no ethereal beings.
I like that. That's different, man. Especially in an RPG.
I think a lot of people expect it of RPGs. So whether or not that'll be like, well, I like playing mages. That might instantly turn you off from this game, right? You do get a selection of classes and stuff to play though.
Cool.
The actual character creation is reasonably extensive, almost similar in a Fallout kind of way, where you pick a trait that'll give you a variety of different stats. So it's more like defining your personality more than anything. Like, did you come from an aristocratic background, so you might have slightly more money but less experience? Or were you from the streets, the ghetto, mate?
Oh, so these define your stats and your passives, if you like.
Exactly, that's what you're going to be pick up there. One thing that is missing, though, that I was really waiting for is it doesn't really do anything mega. And again, it might be coming down to that realism factor they were kind of looking for, so you're not going to get any limit breaks where, like, a meteor crashes out of the sky or anything like that. There's very little animations in terms of combat itself.
Yeah.
So visually, not so much. You're kind of waiting for something cool to happen in the combat, and it never really does.
It's like pen and paper kind of combat with the dice.
Pretty much, yeah. You're talking D&D, roll the dice. And roll the dice is a fucking thing. So in order to make the stats important, obviously you start off weak. So you miss a lot until you gain accuracy by gearing yourself and talenting that way.
Right.
Adding other things to the game that'll actually increase your hit chance, so you'll miss a lot and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and you'll crit, and crits are in there. You can also have poison damage, you can have shock damage, you can have bleed damage, all these different sources of damage that'll affect it. But you will get that sort of really annoying moment where you smack a guy. You'll have 3 in your team. You'll send 2 of them to kill one guy, and then 1 to start work on the next one, and both of them miss, and this one guy still stands there. So you're going to get them like, yeah. But it does have like a Pokemon-style system for the enemies. Where you'll be wondering, you have like a world map where you're visiting city to city, and it looks very small, but it's actually supposed to represent a huge area of Japan.
Right.
So moving one tile might be moving several miles is the kind of idea it's giving you. So exploring the corners of the map is going to unveil extra areas, like a rebel camp that might aid your cause in that area. You might stumble across a graveyard where there's grave robbers, you can get some extra loot. All that kind of thing is going to be like this bit of exploration.
So there's a nice bit of variety in scenery as well.
Yeah, it's not just a case of get quest, go here to get quest done, go back, turn quest in.
Nice
There's
open
a lot of
world addition
around.
to it as well.
Yeah, and they've added in that it's dangerous to do that as well. So you have to pick and choose when you're doing that, because your guys don't recover hit points outside of combat. You'll get tired, they'll get hungry, they'll get thirsty. So you're going to want to occasionally return to a town or a base and sleep, like you'd sleep in the old school RPGs. Regenerate some HP, regenerate some mana, sell your goods, and continue on your sort of exploration journey. The interesting thing, though, the thing that's kind of separating it a little bit from the normal, everything we've said so far has been pretty normal RPG stuff.
Standard
is
stuff.
Base building. Base building yes, base building is a game. Because you're gaining favor in the area and you're taking over cities and stuff, you then start construction in those buildings. Now, don't expect SimCity. It's not that, right? But what you're going to do is you're going to build things and repair buildings in towns. So one of the initial things the game will give you within the first 10 minutes is your own village. And you're set up to then develop that village in a certain way. So you'll only at the start have access to one building.
Right.
But what you can put in there is like a supply cache. Now, adding supply caches or tailoring the buildings to different things will give you different overall bonuses. So you might get a good leadership standing, or you might get a good provisioner if you're feeding a lot of the poor, which will then give you all these extra stats. And this is where I'm saying the depth of the game comes from in building your party and building your settlements to provide you with these overall buffs that focus in certain directions.
Nice.
And seeing what that does for you.
So do these garrisons, should we call them, can you get actual material items from them, or is it just stats?
Thank you for bringing that up, Andy. Yes, once you build a supply cache, these areas will generate resources for you that if you visit once a day, you can pick up something out of your village chest.
I'm familiar with the mechanic.
I'm familiar with the mechanic. Yeah, you will get to do that. But you can also do things like put up visual things. So I built like a sword stand. And that gave me overall accuracy for my character because I built that.
Shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can put up these designs and stuff like that too. They're more cosmetic than anything else, but you can add that to it. That's pretty much it for the gameplay. There's not much else that I found in like the couple of hours of playing. And the pros of this is there's loads of customization. If you're really into these type of games and you like messing around with stats just to see what will happen, you're probably going to have a lot of fun. Like, I managed to get my character to be like, he can't ever miss, and he always crits. And, setting it up like that. I have a tank in my party who just never takes damage because he's a fucking beast. If you like messing around with that and playing with things like influence over other people, then you're probably going to have a really good time with this. The cons are, it doesn't play particularly well, and nothing ever really particularly interesting happened.
Nothing stand out in what you played so far.
Yeah, there was no moment while I was playing it was like, that was cool.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that's a cool idea. Nothing much develops out of that.
See, with an RPG of this kind of retro feel, you expect the story to step up a little bit because of how the mechanics of your gameplay works. But if you're that far into it and nothing's happened yet, that's always a sign for me to say that
it's
maybe
not really gonna happen.
It's either taking too long.
Some indication in the first couple of hours that something cool's coming. So you're not getting Chrono Trigger here. You're not getting the old Final Fantasies here. You're not getting any of those things where something really badass can happen.
Yeah.
Probably not, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
So if you like it, it's going to be that you like messing around with stats, and you like messing around with gear, and you like outfitting your team to be badass, and collecting all the followers, and doing all that stuff. You're probably going to have some fun here, but don't expect to be, like, mind-blown by its stuff. It's everything you've pretty much seen before. The base building's there, which is interesting, but again, it's more stat weights and stuff that it's adding to you.
Yeah, that's a shame. So, how did you find that?
Wazakashi, mate.
Big sword, mate. Big
sword.
sword.
It was alright. Nothing. I was waiting for the thing. Where's the thing that makes me go, this is. It's like a cheesecake with no topping. It's a cheesecake with no topping, is what I'm saying.
Well, you know the topping's there, though, when you get into it. It's like a cheesecake with a shit base.
No,
because you're going through it, you're waiting for that delicious base.
You don't understand this because you don't like desserts with fruit on, but it's a cheesecake with no strawberries on it. It's a cheesecake with no chocolate on it. It's the foundation, you know? Right. It's salt and pepper. Where's my herbs?
Foundation?
Yeah,
where's my base?
Where's my oregano? Where's my cinnamon? That's what I was missing out, you know? It was
so what was it then? Just no impact?
It just didn't do that thing where it was like something cool's going to happen, which is unfortunate. It was like, it's got all the stuff there. The base building's like kind of interesting. The stats are really kind of interesting, but it's not like... And it's leading to this. Oh, the combat's not got that cool thing that happens.
It's not stand out enough in that field for me to say, you play this.
So, but if you love RPGs,
give it a go.
Alright, guys, so that was Disgraced. Please check out our live stream every weekday from about 8:30 a.m. UK time, where we'll be where we stream all the testing of the games. Alright, guys, and also click up here to check our previous video, which was Planet Coaster.
There's nothing up there, pal.
Where is it?
There's nothing up there, pal. After this, mate, there's going to be a little fade to black. Click Planet Coaster. Wait, ride camera. Oh shit! You can do it!